We're working on Pyung Ahn. So this form is for green belts. Now, this one takes a little bit of grit for you to get, right? So we're gonna work lots of the techniques, but it'll take some practice, but I know you can do it. So we're gonna start from Chumbi. The first thing we're gonna do is make a box. That's what we call this. When we make a box, one hand is in the chamber position, the other hand, the fist is pointing towards you, and usually my wrist is flat. So it's not here, it's not here. It's nice, strong. We call this a box, right? So if you look at me like this, do you see how this is one of my corners? This is a corner, this is a corner. So it's all really strong. It's not like droopy and down. So the first thing we're gonna do is make a box. When we make a box, we're gonna shift into Hugo Jase, right? So my left foot is the one that's changing into the stance. 1. Next move, 2. Whew, there are a few things that happened during that move. So when I came here, the first thing that happened is my front hand came out and it almost did a side block, but my palm was facing away, right? That's what happened over here. This hand did a high block. So I was here, high block, right? So make sure this is even with your mouth, not down here. This is covering your head. So that's the first move. After that, my high block hand is gonna come down and I'm gonna uppercut, right? So I'm like grabbing, pulling in, uppercut. I'm still in Hugo Jase at this point. Now, my front hand is gonna go on my front hip. My front foot, I'm gonna pick it up, I'm gonna rotate my body. My belt knot's gonna go to the back. I'm gonna put it down and horse stance with a horse stance punch, right? Next move, I'm gonna make a box on this side. So I slid that leg in, I make a box. Now I'm gonna do that double action move again. Here, so I was here, this one came out, palm facing away. This one came and did a high block. So it looked like this. My high block hand is gonna come down, uppercut. I'm still in Hugo Jase. My front hand goes on my front hip. My belt knot's gonna rotate, horse stance. So I want to check out that stance, make sure this elbow isn't flared out. Now, my left leg is gonna step right to the center. So I want you to imagine that your feet, if you drew a line at the middle, there would be like a TP shape. That's where this foot is gonna be. And the toes are gonna face towards the side. So I'm gonna step like this. Now I'm gonna make a box again. I'm gonna load this knee up because the side kick is next. So this is one of the easiest parts of the form. It's pretty tricky. So I'm gonna make a box and balance, right? I want my foot position, toes to be up. I'm gonna side kick and hammer fist at the same time, reload and pseudo chop towards the front. So take a look. I'm here, I'm gonna side kick and hammer fist, reload, chop. So from here you get 3 pseudo chops. Front hand goes palm down on the front hip, knuckle to knuckle, step, chop. Again, front hand goes palm down on the front hip, knuckle to knuckle, step, chop. This last one is a kwansu. So you're gonna take your front hand, fold it down. This is gonna load as a fist. My feet come in and then out. All right, my back leg is gonna move. My hands are gonna load, knuckle to knuckle on my back hip, mid-level pseudo chop towards the side. My front hand goes palm down on the front hip, knuckle to knuckle. My back leg is gonna set 45 degrees, mid-level pseudo chop. My back hand goes palm down on the back hip, knuckle to knuckle. I'm gonna pick up my front leg, turn all the way to the side, mid-level pseudo chop. Last one, my front hand goes palm down on the front hip, knuckle to knuckle. My back leg's gonna set 45 degrees, pseudo chop. Now you did that in the previous form. It just looked like this. Now we're doing mid-level. All right, this next part is my favorite part of the form. We're gonna take our front foot and slide it out and do a tulio on a sopacromaki. Tulio means reverse and extended and twisting, right? So you'll see, my front foot's gonna slide out wide enough for a front stance, and then my back hand is gonna do a tulio. So this would be reverse. You see how my hips are kind of extended? My fist, shoulder, and shoulder should be in a line. So now, the next series of moves, the first one has 3 parts. The second one has 2 parts. The third one has 1 part. So 3, 2, 1 is what you want you to think about. So the next kick has 3 parts. My back leg is gonna do a front kick. I'm gonna put it down, reverse punch, and then that hand is gonna load for a tulio on a sopacromaki. lucky. That was 3. This next one's 2. My back leg is gonna do the front kick and reverse punch. This last one is 1 count. Both my hands are gonna go into my front hip. I'm gonna have them in fists. I'm gonna step forward in front stance, reinforced block. All right, so from here, my back leg is gonna move. I'm gonna do a double action move. You actually did this move on the previous form. It's gonna be a low block and a mid pseudo strike. My back leg moves. 1, look at my hips. 2, you're gonna wanna do this. Don't do that. Now, my hand that's tucked in is gonna load on my front hip. I'm gonna step 45 degrees in front stance and high block. Okay, my front foot is gonna move again. So my high block hand is gonna load. 1, look at my hips. 2, my back foot now is gonna step 45 degrees high block with a key up. After I'm finished with the form, my foot that just stepped retracts back into Chumbi, and that's Pyung Ahn.